That's right. It is the morning show right here on Facebook Live, Periscope TV, YouTube Live, LinkedIn, and Instagram Live. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to this episode of the morning show. It's a happy Monday. I hope for each and every one of you, whatever you're doing, do it well. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez just kicking it up over there, doing some really good stuff in our control room, making sure all the news comes in fast and furiously. We're checking out some of the top headlines this day. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
I understand you've got one headline, which actually is one that I say is a good warning to people all around the world. Be careful playing flag football.
Oh my God. Do I have to tell my story?
I don't know. Do you?
Okay. This happened flag football. Let's see it happened in elementary school. Do not sneak up on somebody in flag football.
Yeah, that's a terrible
So,
idea.
yeah, she caught the ball. Yes, I said she caught the ball. I guess I scared her when I grabbed her flag and all I saw was an elbow coming towards my face and all I saw was darkness.
Ooh, right in the what was it like? Right in the like the el like
I
so
think it was like right here.
elbow right at maybe you have a long-standing concussion, Jesse. I'm just saying.
Probably. It would not surprise me.
All right, so there you go. Flag football. It's dangerous, man. I broke my wrist playing flag football. I seriously, some of the kids don't get the whole idea of flag, but it's not as bad as one story that Jesse has that happened recently about somebody's ankle. We'll talk about that around the corner. We've also got shout outs coming up here on the morning show. A big shout out, let's see, to Katya from Switzerland. Says, hello, fans of the Aaron and Jesse's morning show. I wish everyone a good day off from COVID. Right? Thank you. Appreciate that. And Susan Bollinger says, oh man, flag football sounds intense. It is in our world. It is. I shared my story, then he shared his story, but his story beat out my story because mine was at least a big dude, and I was the one hiking the football, and instead normally he pushed me down and I just wasn't ready for the push down because I'm like, dude, this is flag football. I don't even have the football in my hand. And I broke my wrist right there. And then it was that was my career for football. But there you go. Speaking of somebody else's career, not good. Their ankle. We'll talk about that and more right after these messages. Stay tuned. What was that?
Text message.
That was a funny text message. It sounded like I don't know what that sounded like. You need one that sounds like hey guys, let's give Jesse a good idea for a good I didn't know you could even make a text message sound like that.
I on one of my previous phones I had a text message. What was the ringtone? Oh, it was the Joker laughing. Now,
That's creepy. Which Joker though?
the Mark Hamill Joker.
Oh, that's a creepy one. That's a good one though. That's one of my
So,
favorite voices. I don't
yeah.
know if the ladies in the room know this, but Return of the Jedi's very own Luke. Um, trust the Force, right? He does some amazing voices as a voice actor, right?
Yeah, he does.
And his Joker impression, I used to be able to do it. I have to hear it first before I bring it out. Pretty intense. It strains my vocal cords trying to do that voice. I'm sorry, you were saying, Jesse. I just needed to give people some perspective there.
Yeah, so that was my ringtone. And while it sounded like a good idea at first, um yeah, no, it wasn't because especially when you get a text message at like 2 in the morning in the middle of the night and all you hear is no, no. I changed it instantly. I was like, I can't do that.
I gotta hear his voice. That way I can pull it up. His voice it's so his vocal range. I think that's the best Joker voice, which he kind of used it a bit when he did a special guest star, and I think The Flash. I forget he plays like one of the villains. I can't remember the villain.
Mm,
And
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah, and he used a bit of that voice in it, and I was like, oh, there it is, the Joker voice, which I would not mind him. I mean, he doesn't have the. Well, I guess I don't know. Anybody could be the Joker if they're crazy enough. All right. I'm
Ten
tired, guys.
seconds.
It was a long day yesterday. For those of you following me, La Femme Film Festival, we did. I think 80 plus interviews in one day.
2 seconds.
Try doing that on your time off. All right, thanks. That's right.
That's
It's the
right. It's
morning
the
show
morning
right
show
here
right
on
here on
ABC
ABC
News
News
Radio
Radio
KMET
KMET
1490
1490
AM.
AM.
Joining our
Joining
live
us.
streaming audience there on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, LinkedIn, and however you're following us. Big shout out to all of those tuning in. We got Fraser Ramsey over there, Casey Murdoch, Alejandro Patino, Penelope Green, Sullivan Bollinger, which I'll be on Sullivan's broadcast. She has a podcast, which you should go check out as well. And I'll be on, I think, in December. I think she's got a way busier schedule than I do. So there you go. So I'll be on her show in December, which, by the way, one that's hit the headlines there, at least on my social media feed. If you want to see me unleashed, check it out, Ramsey Unleashed. There's an interview there, which so I think it's reaching 50,000 views pretty soon. So thank you for all of your support, especially those that you comment, you share. Jesse, you saw it right over the weekend, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I watched it. I think it was either Friday. No, I think I watched it Friday night.
Oh, that's
before
right. Yeah, it was released online Friday. And you look, I'm very raw in it. So much so, there's a couple of things that I admit to. I probably should hold back from. But when people do things and they do things wrong to you, you just have to kind of mention. So go check it out. I'll repost it a little bit later. Have fun with that. Ramsey Unleashed. You should check it out. He's also watching the show right here, right now from Scotland, Edinburgh. Wait, Edinburgh. Yeah, I think that's how. You don't say it the other way. He said Edinburgh, right? Right, Jesse? Did you get
Edinburgh.
there? You go. Thank you. Yeah, Edinburgh. I think everybody learned. If you just watch the first 5 minutes, boom, you're like smarter for having done it. All right, people. I appreciate you. We love you. We do. There's a lot of news going on around the world, including this. This is a top headline, and I feel it necessary to talk about because it came up in yesterday's broadcast. For those that don't know, the La Femme Film Festival is happening this week. You could participate with filmmakers all around the world. We actually had. Here's the great thing about. I mean, the positive part. Okay, I'm not saying the great thing about the pandemic that we're living through, but if you had to look at things from a different perspective of, okay, well, how can we still make sense of it all and still at least enjoy a festival of sorts, right? How could filmmakers that normally get together and so a lot of them usually fly into California from around the world when their film is featured in this particular film festival. And this film festival, it's the 16th year it's happening here. Technically originates in California, which we used to see it. Jesse, remember? I don't know if you've ever been to the LA Live Regal Cinema next to Staples Center.
No, I actually can't say that I have.
It's a great movie theater, okay? And usually some festivals are done kind of like in somebody's backyard. Some are done in a little creepy shack of just like a business center. I remember I've attended these. And then others are done pretty well, but then some of them are not done so well. And so this one has always been done very well. They've checked out different locations and venues, and I don't know how much they pay per ticket but you know what? Nobody balks when your show gets seen in a real movie theater. Remember, Regal Cinema. So that in of itself is great for filmmakers. Some of which are shorts. Some of them are music videos. Some of them are documentaries. That let's face it, it's nice to see it on the big screen. But this year, well, that just can't happen, right? So unfortunately, a lot of the filmmakers who would normally fly in, they got to at least participate in a virtual interview session that we have normally on the red carpet. Normally we do this on the red carpet. Usually I'm accompanied by 2 or 3 co-hosts, which will stand in heels forever and a day. Okay, I would never do that, but by the end of it, they're like, oh my god, my feet. You ladies, you understand what that's like. Men, you have no idea. When a woman wears high heels, Jesse, just say, I appreciate you more than you know. Because it takes a lot to wear. If a woman says to you, can we please drive there and not walk? You know what you say, Jesse?
I will drive there.
You say, let me pick you up and walk you the rest of the way. Okay, that's what, just do it, okay? Because you don't try walking in high heels. The lady's like, yeah, thank you. I don't even, so anyway, I've told women, I said, why do you wear high heels? Just wear a flat. She goes, do you like my butt or do you not? And I go, but okay. So there you go. So look. I've tried to talk women out of it because they get like those bunions in their feet, and I'm like, look, it's not natural for your feet to be too high for too long. But you know what? I've tried to help, and they're just like, look, do you? And so I'm like, oh, I get why you're wearing. Okay, I get it. So it's not me. Some people might be, oh, you're so. What do they call that word? Chauvinistic? No. I've gotten it from the ladies that say, look, don't worry, you'd like my butt in this, right? I go, okay, well, then you know what? There you go. So it's a thing. Look it up. It's a thing. Plus, it makes them taller, right? Makes them taller, and they're like, I like to be taller. And then when they're not wearing them, they're like, anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna shut my mouth because I opened up my mouth a couple times on the La Femme Film Festival, and I had to backtrack a couple times. There was one film called 39 and a half, right, Jesse? And you would think, but you have to remember, I was like streaming for like 8 hours. Okay, so by the time I got this guest, 39 and a half. What do you think the 39 and a half was about, Jesse? And it's about women. Let me give you the hint there. Women, 39 and a half.
Weeks pregnant.
How many weeks does it take to have a baby? Okay, so 39 and a half. That's, you know what, you're close though. You're close. So it was I think a short. It was a short. And it was about a woman who the biological clock ticks. For men that don't know, I think men need to be more aware of that, because 39 and a half, and I've always said this, 39 and a half is a very interesting age. If a woman has not had children by that age, sometimes even the woman might not be completely aware that she's kind of like feeling like, I really want to, I want a baby, right? So you can't fault anybody for feeling that way. Men don't understand this, by the way. And the reason, so I said something that probably could be taken out of context, and I'm going to clarify it right now, okay? Basically, I wanted to say sometimes women are in a relationship with a man, and yet they shouldn't be, because the man has no intention of ever having kids, right, Jesse? I mean, it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And if they don't have that proper conversation somewhere along that line, the woman's like really hopeful. She's like, oh, I could see having a child with this person. I see having, the ability to, like, have a family, right? So the woman's like, and typically around that age, women are done with the whole funscape, right? They're just like, look, and they're a little more serious than sometimes the men are, because sometimes the men that have been single for quite some time are like, I'm just wanting to have fun, right? This is a really big eye opener for a lot of men out there, just so you know. That are like, okay, because at around that age, approximately, give or take, and particularly this one filmmaker, she said, well, that's what I was thinking at that time. And, so I was looking at different ways of getting pregnant, right? Maybe I didn't need a man, but I was going to go to a sperm bank, which I'm like, well, there's situations with that too, but okay, each to their own, no judgment. To which, some, we talk about, surrogacy, there's adoption. I've talked to, women that were past that moment, which cannot have children anymore. And I said, well, what about adopting? And she's like, I've never thought about that. Go, oh, there you go. So there's different ways, right, to have a youth in your life. But my point is this. My message to the men out there is, be aware of your woman's wants and or needs, right? Just have the discussion. Just be like, what, especially if it's around that time. Because if that moment comes and all of a sudden she cannot have a child and she wasted it with you, and or you guys break up, and or all of a sudden she can't, you understand where I'm going with this, Jesse?
Yeah, I know what you're going with this.
Men could, like, look at Larry King. He had one at what, 78? How old is that guy? But the women, look, I'm just saying, okay? Just saying. I'm not trying. But anyway, I opened up my mouth. I think they kind of took it wrong. And then I had to backtrack. And they go, oh, yeah, okay. So I always say to the ladies, If that is a want and or a need for you, I get it. But have the discussion openly. The conversation needs to be had in your couples therapy, because that was another very interesting. I think there was another film taught couples therapy, which obviously was done before coronavirus, but a lot of these films were finished during coronavirus, right? So some of these were animations. We talked about the world and business of animation and how animation should be able to pick up, because it's one of the few types of film that actually could be done virtually, right? Everybody could be in their own separate space.
Mhm.
3D modeling, all of it can be done virtually. You don't need to all be in one location. Saves time and money too, by the way, without having to walk in, move in, and whatever. So, but anyway, the La Femme Film Festival, really great discussion. But this is a headline that I feel needs to be shared. Indian woman from Dalit community dies after alleged gang rape. A 19-year-old woman from the Dalit community in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh died Tuesday, 2 weeks after she was allegedly gang raped and strangled by upper-caste men. That's according to local authorities. Before you guys talk, I know this is over there in India, but this is a sad situation, which one of the filmmakers related to, because she had been abused and raped, and she talked about a very interesting subject I had never in a million years thought about. Jesse, she turned to a dominatrix to get her either her confidence up or her strength back up, right? And I thought, I've never heard that before. So no judgment. I don't judge. But the idea is, okay, whatever works for you to get back your strength. And again, she made it a very honest opinion. She says, I'm not a man hater. She look, and I think she came out with a statistic: 1 out of 4 women get raped at some point in their life and or abused at a very young age. And the reality, I think, is higher because so many women just bottle it down. They don't even talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which causes a lot of trauma in the future, right? Because maybe you haven't dealt with it. Not everybody has dealt with it. And some are repeat offenders, meaning it happens more and more to them. If you ask one that got raped at a very young age, sometimes it happens more often than once. It's a very serious subject, I know, for a morning show. But it's a serious subject for the reason that, pay attention to the women in your life, okay? We talked about, how some women get pushed down. They have to wait for a man to sign off on their back in the 70s. And so the La Femme Film Festival is about women for all. But I think some men kind of put their nose up at it, if you know what I mean. Because I've seen it. And I say, but why? Thanks to women, you were given birth to, right? Thanks to the woman. I don't know, unless you got born in a laboratory. I'm pretty sure you have a woman to thank in your life, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. So thank the women in your life. Thank your mom. Thank the woman you're dating. Thank the woman you're wanting to date. Thank the woman that's maybe been in your life for quite some time. And do it for a whole week, okay? Just focus on especially if you've been together a long time, focus on them the entire week, all right? And make them the center of your life. Sometimes as men, we need the reminder. I'm just saying. And or your significant other, right? Same-sex partners, same thing. Women, focus on each other. And there you go. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. The La Femme Film Festival. Go check it out. Lots of great films and stories. They're not all about the subjects I just talked about. But these are subjects that need to be talked about. India, recently somebody says, we need to make this a discussion, people, because anybody that knows anything about India, some of the men there do not respect their women. They will slap them. They will hit them out in public. I almost want to go to India and just put on my Batman Cape Crusader thing and just take them out right there, right? Although they probably see me coming. I don't know. I need a stealth, so that they don't. Or I just take them out anyway. I don't care. Then I run away, right? All right, people. Don't be the abuser. Well, we talked about that. Home abuse. That's a situation, right? But again, done in film, so that we can watch. But then maybe we could speak about it. So La Femme Film Festival, go check it out. I'm posting the links as we speak on our page. So check it out and tell them I sent you. Okay, people. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, for those of you tuning in, I'm going to post. Let's see, which one should I post? The home or the movies? Let me show the movies. Okay, so you guys can kind of preview some of the things here. I'm going to post them on our account here. Check out the La Femme Film Festival. And the great thing is, you don't have to do it alone. You could do it with your family, your friends. They could be tuning in from somewhere else. I just posted it there for you guys to see. Click on that link and check out some of the great films there. There's probably going to be at least one or two that you're going to say, oh, I want to see that, right? And you could just pay for the one viewing. Some of these have Q&As, so you can have a conversation with the director, the filmmaker, and or some of the cast members. That's kind of cool. Or you could buy an all-access pass. Or if you click on home on that link that I just sent you, you can see you could buy single tickets. You could buy, if you're trying to get into the world of film, they got a $29.99 pass, which is good for panels. You could participate in any of the panels. I think you can. I don't know if you can ask questions or not. I don't know how that works. But they have an all-access pass, which is $49.99. And that allows you to watch all the 100-plus films, go into each and every room, because they're virtual rooms. Imagine like chat. Remember back in the day, chat rooms, Jesse, where you got to be like in a special chat room, and then you have a conversation with somebody, but you get to have that. They're on video. You're not. Although we're looking at doing a Zoom, I think, with all the filmmakers this coming Thursday. I don't know. We're still developing it as we speak, because we had people from France, from Paris. They were up at 5 a.m., Jesse, just to do our interview. I thought it was late on my end. It was like 9:30 my end and 5 a.m. over there. With filmmakers, just they look like they had just woken up. I kid you not. I was like, I don't know if they knew it was on video. They're probably gonna hurt me for saying that. But my point is this: they were having like cereal in the morning, you know, like they literally just woke up. It was funny. But commitment from filmmakers that wanted to be interviewed, even for like 3, 4, or 5 minutes. So go check that out. Support. And if you're a woman wanting to get into film and or already doing film, immerse yourself with others that are doing the same thing. Some of these actually just did their own project. Like they're like, I'm not gonna wait for an acting job. I'm gonna cast myself in my own project. I'm like, you know what? Good idea. I like that. There was even one that we talked about, which I thought of you, Jesse, because there was one writer. She wrote, starred, and directed it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, just put pen to paper. Just do it. I says, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to tell Jesse. I didn't say that on air. I didn't want to throw you under the bus, Jesse. But
okay, we got 2 seconds. We're about to start soon.
All right, thanks. Welcome back. It is the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live streaming audience over there, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope TV. That's owned by Twitter, by the way. Also LinkedIn and much, much more. Let's see. We've got Happy Yucky Monday Buddy from Rosalie tuning in. I don't even know what that is, but I will say that's one way to say it. I like that. Julie tuning in all the way from Catskill Mountains in upstate New York, Liberty. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. So if you're just joining us, I have a huge... Oh, here's another one. Srihari Karala tuning in from Nepal. Great job, Srihari. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so we got lots of comments on social media. They're still coming in. And whatever you're doing, do it well. Go check out the La Femme Film Festival 2020. It's the first year we've ever done a virtual screening of all the great films. Which, if you know, we've had filmmakers on this show, and I've asked pointedly, I said, why don't you just enter an online film festival? They're like, no, I want to see it in the big screen. I get it. A lot of these filmmakers kind of express their disdain for, I mean, if you understood the amount of work that goes into making it surround sound, like 7.1 digital surround sound for some of these filmmakers, they do so some of them don't, but some of them do sit in a studio with a sound engineer guy, and they make it so that it's full on Dolby surround sound, which is why when you watch it on your little mobile device and or your iPad or your Android, watch with stereo surround like headphones. That way you could appreciate it, right? Because they put a lot of work into that, not just to be in just two little speakers or side speakers, right, on a little phone. Which is why I just watch. Oh, by the way, Jesse, Netflix There's a good film that I think I haven't heard much about, but it stars somebody that a lot of you really like. She's tall, she's blonde, and she kicks butt in this film. It's Netflix, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Um, what's her name? The blonde, the tall blonde. Dated Sean Penn for a while. That didn't work out.
Is there any more clues I can get?
Here it is. Here it is. Gritty, exciting action thriller. It's not what. Look, I don't. I need to tease this just a bit because the preview just doesn't give you the whole idea of what this is, Jesse.
Mhm.
Charlize Theron. Thank you. I can never remember her name when I need to. Called The Old Guard. Okay. Give it a look. All I can tell you is this, without spoiling it for you. She might be a kick butt lady, but she's the boss of like I think 3 or 4. I can't remember. I think 3. It starts off 3 and then 4 others. And let's just say this: she is an immortal. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, and they are too. An immortal. They did not pitch this right. I thought it was just another like action film, and then they threw that in there, and I was like, oh, I was in love with it once I got past the first like 8 minutes. Okay, so give it a watch. The Old Guard, the Old Guard, get it? Why the Old Guard? Charlize Theron and the people that she bosses around. It's a really good film, Jesse. I think you'll like it. I think
I've
it's.
actually seen it like 4 or 5 times already.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
I think we did talk about it one time.
No, I don't think we did. There you go. My opinion matters, yours doesn't. I'm just kidding. No, you might have. We say a lot of things on the morning show. Sometimes I say things. He goes, "We talked about that." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't remember." So that was my moment of coming. He usually tells me that off camera, right, Jesse?
Yeah, well, yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff, so a lot of it comes back because it's back in the news. So,
Here's Jesse. He goes, "Oh, this happened. I think I read about that." I go, "No, Jesse, I talked about it on the show." He goes, "You did?" That's half of my friends out there. They go, "Yeah." Even my mom's like, "No, I read about it." I go, "Mom, we talked about that on the morning show yesterday." Really? I'm like, we don't get credit for any of this, but people go, "No, I heard it from somewhere." They just forget the morning show. Seriously, we talk about things before they happen. India and China, they're going to war soon. They haven't gone to war just yet. I'm not throwing out fake news, but I did post something that I think each and every one of you should just pay attention to. And I posted it as of I think Saturday. Saturday, I think I did because that was when I had some time to actually check out the news headlines.
mhm.
60,000 troops deployed from China, by the way, to the border. Which I look, you deploy any amount of armed guard.
Mhm.
This was a. At first, it was talked about India and China are going to like talk peace. Remember, we declared that about what 5 weeks ago when they went to Russia to have this discussion, and now
Yeah.
they're back in the news. Not just for that, but this too. India's confirmed coronavirus toll has crossed 7 million, with the number of new cases dipping in recent weeks, even as health experts warn of mask and distancing fatigue setting in. I'm telling you, this isn't okay, people. The reason I'm going outside of our little world here is so many people are so used to the U.S. news. I just want to show you this is called human behavior at its world. That's why I say it's not going to look. India's not. Do they care that President Trump gets reelected? I would say some of them might. Some of them might. We have a lot of people from India checking out my Facebook newsfeed, by the way, and liking and commenting and hearting. And I'm like, wow, you guys are really interested in this stuff. Okay. But India's confirmed coronavirus toll crossed 7 million with new cases. The health ministry registered another 74,000 in the past 24 hours. India is expected to become the pandemic's worst hit country in coming weeks, surpassing the U.S., where more than 7.7 million infections have been reported. The ministry reported 918 additional deaths, total fatalities of 108,000. They're still behind us, by the way. The number of people who have died of COVID-19 has remained relatively low in South and Southeast Asia, from India to Vietnam and Taiwan, compared to European countries and the United States. That's according to Dr. Randeep Gularia, a government health expert. He went on to say this: "We have been able to keep the curve rise slow, but I do agree that we have not been able to get it to move aggressively down." That's the hope, right? move it aggressively down. Then less people in the hospitals. Remember, don't throw caution to the wind. Remind yourself why you're trying to keep safe. Social distancing, simple as a face mask. He said, that's related to our population density, diversity of our country, and socioeconomic challenges in our country. Yeah, believe me. They're piled in sardines in some parts of India. It's sad. It says some experts say that India's death toll may not be reliable because of poor reporting and health infrastructure and inadequate testing. I did say that last week, didn't I, Jesse? Their numbers are probably not reported as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
India aims to provide vaccines to 250 million people by July 2021, Health Minister Harsh Vardhan said last week. He said that the government was planning, get this, to receive 450 million to 500 million vaccine doses and would ensure equitable access. You know what that means, Jesse?
What?
Supposedly, it doesn't matter how much money or no money you make. Equitable access. That's called, we're all equal, right? I highly doubt it. India saw a steep rise in cases in July, added more than 2 million in August and another 3 million in September, but it's seen a slower pace of coronavirus spread since mid-September when the daily infections touched a record high of 97,894. Look, no truth to the rumor. A lot of the vaccines that are being made and or manufactured actually originate in both China and India, by the way, as far as amount of doses. If you don't believe me, look at the Pentagon news. I sometimes watch military news, and the Pentagon already put in a contract to buy from India a lot of vaccines. So they've got to make enough vaccines, not just for their own people. They got to make vaccines available for the rest of the world that are purchasing in high amounts these doses, right? So, yeah, it kind of matters to me if all of a sudden India and China go to war. It really does. But there you go. Some world news, and now you probably feel a little bit smarter for having listened in. And if not, we're going to make it a little bit more fun with some interesting news about an ankle that you're probably not going to want to hear if you're squeamish, but you know what? We'll get through it. I feel bad for the football player. We'll come up with that. Oh, and Laker news. Yeah. Some of you care, some of you don't, and some of you are like, ha, finally. So we'll talk about that next here on The Morning Show. Stay tuned. All right, we are back, and I knew Casey would know it. Thank you, Casey, for breaking it down for us. We're talking about Mark Hamill, and here it was. He played Trickster. Again, for those of you that don't know the name, Mark Hamill. I know some of you don't know Star Wars. I had a lady tell me last week, she admitted to me, she's never seen a Star Wars episode. I was like, what? Another one? He played Trickster in Flash, and it was a return of the character he played on The Flash in the 90s before he was the Joker. So technically, he took his Joker voice from Trickster. Interesting. That's a bit of trivia I did not know. Thank you, Casey, for breaking it down for us. Let's see. Rosalie says, cool, I will watch tonight. Love her. It's a good flick. It's a good flick. It really is. I felt there were moments in it that I felt were a little like, did they run out of a budget? But it mostly is a really good film.
Right, for a Netflix film, it was a pretty solid action film.
It really is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was meant to be on the big screen or if it was just meant to go straight to on demand. But I enjoyed it. I would have even paid like $5.99 for it, to be honest. But the trailer doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. That was like it's been on my to-do list for like 8 weeks, I want to say. And I've just put it off. Because I wanted to watch it with more people, to be honest. But then my life went south. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it by myself. And I'm glad I did. I was a lot better than I thought I was going to be. And Charlize Theron really kicked. But I don't know if that was all her or if they put her face on the stunt double. I don't even know. I think she did at least half of her stunts. I know she did the tumbling stunt.
See, I would like a DVD release of it so we could see like special features like the stunts that they did and maybe like more history into the comic book that it was based on.
So it was based on, I felt like it felt comic booky.
Yeah.
I'm like, either this is or it needs to be. I want to see a part 2 right? They kind of left the cliffhanger. Oh, I got. Don't say anything
I
about it
heard they were gonna make a sequel, but that's still in the works.
because of coronavirus, probably.
Yeah,
All right, Jesse. I'll let you come back with the
20
news
seconds.
on the ankle situation. Ugh.
Ugh.
I don't know if I want to pull this up. Give me the name really quick. Oh, you know
Dax,
what? Ankle. Here it is. That's the first compound fracture. Oh.
that's all you had to put was ankle. 5 seconds.
Oh. Oh.
2 seconds.
Oh. I just. That's right. It's the morning, show right here on ABC News Radio. KMET 1490 AM, joining our live streaming audience there. We appreciate each and every one of you. Switching gears entirely to some football news and why you might want to play, what is it? You don't want to play tackle football for this reason. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez breaking down the news of a fracture, but not just any fracture. This is Jesse, go ahead. It's all you.
So yeah, I don't watch a lot of sports, but when over my Facebook feed, all I heard was the name Dax Prescott just flood my thing like sorry, sorry. And I'm like, okay, what's this all about? So I started looking at clips and oh my God, my jaw nearly dropped. The Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dax Prescott got tackled awkwardly and his ankle it shifted in a complete opposite direction that it's supposed to be. So I hope he recovers well and quick. And it's such a horrible thing. And football's dangerous. This what it is. It's a very contact heavy sport.
Jesse, you're not describing it enough.
I don't want to because I don't
need
want
to because I'm not going to show the picture because the picture is.
It's pretty bad.
No, that's okay. Imagine for a minute. Actually, there's a scene in Old Guard with Charlize Theron on Netflix, which reminds me of the situation where one of them get damaged. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah. Jesse, here's what I'm going to say about this. Imagine your ankle.
I didn't understand that.
Quiet, Android. It's quite. Long story short, imagine your ankle protruding out of your foot, if that's even a possibility. I'm looking at pictures here, and it's terrible. It's like your whole ankle just protrude. I didn't even know the ankle could protrude like that.
Right.
So, not for the squeamish. I can't. I'm not even going to show you the video. I just can't. I can't. It's nasty.
Yeah. It's like what I enjoyed the most. Well, not enjoyed the most, but I was just reading comments, and it was a touching moment to see, like, even though Eagles fans, they trash talk the Cowboys, who doesn't? But you know what? They all came together. They felt bad because they don't want to see someone like an opposite team. Like, you don't want to win like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I got no words. All I know is he. You know what? Look, his brother visited him, to which I say, good job. Trying to keep him like distracted from the pain, because that just give me a morphine drip. Just give me a morphine drip, okay? Because that's the only way I'm gonna roll. This is a picture again, given in the hospital. I feel so sorry for him. Tad Prescott, Dak's brother. Actually messaged this out and showed him in good spirits there, but the ankle I'm not going to show you guys. It's nasty. If you wanted to search it, just woo.
Yeah, it's easy. Just search. Actually, you don't just need to put ankle injury and it'll come up.
Yeah, I know. It's a top search headline. I don't want to. There's some squeamish people, and that's just no fun for anybody. Okay, so there you go. Laker news. Let's talk about Laker news. Did you guys watch the Lakers? I know many people that did. Super excited about this, and rightly so. Even Anthony Davis says, ever since the tragedy, all we wanted to do was do it for Kobe, and we didn't let him down. For those just tuning in, again, Lakers won the franchise's 17th NBA championship. Star player Anthony Davis dedicated the team's title to the late Kobe Bryant. So there's that. A lot of people really excited about that. by the way, rightly so. LeBron James and the LA Lakers had it all. Of course, ended in the only fashion they deemed would be acceptable, with them back atop the basketball world. And of course, the Lakers are NBA champions. James had 28 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. Lakers beat the Miami Heat 106-93 on Sunday night to win the NBA Finals in 6 games. And a lot of families I know kind of came together watching this great sport. James said, quote, "Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect, and I want my my respect too." Anthony Davis had 19 points, 15 rebounds for the Lakers, who dealt with the enormous anguish, of course, that followed the death of Bryant in January. All the challenges that came with leaving home for 3 months to play at Walt Disney World in a bubble designed to keep inhabitants safe from the coronavirus. Of course, it would be the toughest title to ever win. Lakers coach Frank Vogel said this, quote, "We have a PhD in adversity, I'll tell you that much. We've been through a lot." They made the clincher look easy. James won his 4th title, doing it with a 3rd different franchise and against the Heat franchise that showed him to become a champion. And look, whatever side of the fence you're on, come on, right? Gianna, Kobe. That was a terrible start to the beginning of the year, right? Terrible news. I know a lot of people just can't wait for 2020 to be behind us, right? I think 2020 is going to be one of those, like, what did we learn from nothing? Like, seriously, it's something we got to roll with. But I would say 2021, I hope we at least, better times are ahead, right? So there you go. Whatever you're doing, do it well. And remember the people in your life. You know, doing the La Femme Film Festival, which I got to go back to, mainly because I'm a part of it, and that's what I do here on the morning show. What, Jesse? You can't be mad. You just, I got to talk La Femme, right? It's a thing. So, go get your tickets. It's simple. Via our friends at Sia Live. Sia Live. CYA.live. If you remember, we actually had them here on the show as well. And Sia Live actually has really cool events all the time, which are done with either filmmakers, actors in certain films. I mean, they have movies from like Grease. They have Paramount movies, which you don't have to feel like you're alone. You can watch this with other people streaming all at the same time. So you get to watch the film, tell your friends and family, maybe you're on a virtual date, wink, wink, you know what I mean? Be like, hey, let's watch this together, right? And just, it's a thing. So there you go. Long distance relationships can spend some time together watching a movie, or the La Femme Film Festival. Go get your tickets there. You can watch one or all. And for $49.99, you get all access pass. Plus, you get panels. You get to, see other people during this time from Thursday to Sunday. So if you have any open time in your schedule, go get it. I'll post the link once again on my own Facebook feed. Go find me, Aaron M. Sanchez, and go support all these great filmmakers. Okay, we need to take another break. We'll regroup. We got more right after these messages. Stay tuned. There is one movie, Jesse. Have you ever heard of synchronized skating? I can't hear you, by the way.
Yeah, that's good because you didn't want to hear that.
What does that even mean?
Exactly. I don't know. No, I've never heard of synchron.
It's really amazing. Okay, imagine. Okay, remember when back in the day? Because I don't know that they do it too much. It's done periodically. Synchronized swimming, right, is a thing, right? Not as much anymore, but it's still around. But synchronized skating is pretty interesting. So you got to check this out. It's one of the documentaries, Life in Synchro, by director Angela Penaglia. And I think they need to make this an Olympic sport. It's like, okay, do you enjoy sometimes watching like championship, like whole school teams that do cheerleading squads? Like they throw themselves up in the air and then you don't know if they're going to catch them or not. You're like, oh my God, don't break.
Oh, yeah, no.
What's it? This isn't as dangerous as that. I don't know. I think she said they leave blood on the on the rinks.
Really?
Yeah, because I think about it. You're like, okay, imagine what are their names on the East Coast whenever they do that, like, with the legs up. What's that called? The Roxy. No, the
I don't know. Where you getting at?
they throw their legs up back and forth. It's a big thing during winter season. I can't remember the Roxy chicks or I can't remember the name. I'm tired. It's been a long Sunday. This feels like my Sunday, actually. That's how tired I am. Anyway, it's like that, but with a blade underneath their feet. So what can go wrong if one person goes out of step, Jesse?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Uh-huh. Slice and dice each other's face off. No, I'm just kidding. I went horror film for you right there. It's just, no, it doesn't happen that bad. But, you could get a fall, break a fracture. I don't know about an ankle. Ooh, ankle fracture. Ugh. I can't even show you guys this. Okay, let's go to comments, okay? I feel like our comments need to pick me back up. I feel like the
20
Rockettes.
seconds.
Thank you, Francis. The Rockettes, that's the name. I knew somebody would know. We have smarter people in our social media field.
Yeah, we do. 10 seconds.
Imagine the Rockettes on blades. Okay, there you go. That's how cool it is. It's actually really cool to see.
2 seconds.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show right here on ABC News Radio KMT 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with us. Let's see. We got people sharing their comments in social media. Let's see. We've got this one. Tam Shell says, I remember standing in line to go see the original Star Wars a long, long time ago in a West Texas town called Odessa. That's kind of cool. That was what, back in 1970? Could have been 78, but it came out in 1977, right? Let's see. Rosalie says, better to watch alone, no interruptions, and you don't have to share the popcorn. Yeah, I had no popcorn with me, and I watched it on my little device. For those of you that don't know, I actually got a brand new phone, and I highly recommend this phone. Okay, this is the Galaxy Note. It's the latest one. It's the not the S20. That's a different one. It's a really cool feature, by the way. It's got your thumbprint right on the screen right there, so I can open it up. And it has kind of like Siri does. When you say Siri, then it goes, I listen to you. This one's called something different. I forget the name. It's not as easily accessible. But I recommend it. It's got a great, beautiful screen, by the way. It's just gorgeous. And I recommend it. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I haven't done any video with it just yet. But the display is just beautiful, just amazing. And I got a special deal at Verizon, by the way. They gave me a $300 credit. So ask them about that, okay? Ask them about if you qualify for a $300 credit. And it will help you out, save. Because, phones can be kind of expensive. But I put it on a monthly plan instead of paying it all off at once. I know I pay off more that way. But, I don't got that type of money, not yet. But it's all really cool, really accessible. Got some great features on here. Got your, but I think the other phones have that too, right? Google Pay or Google Wallet and other ones. But I'm just getting to kind of get around with it. But it's really cool. And again, if I just showed you the pictures on here, which I don't know what pictures I have on here, so we'll save that for another time. Maybe I'll do a little product review of this phone because it's pretty amazing. What kind of phone do you have, or are you shopping for phones? We want to know about it. Let's see. Francis says, I'm an Apple girl. I don't think I could ever change. Well, here's the deal. I've got two. So I've still got my iPhone, and here's my... So I've got two, and I got to say, I love both still. I still love my iPhone, which is, I think, 10. But this one I have yet to take pictures on because I need, like, events that I want to take pictures at, right? Because I'm just doing virtual stuff now, and virtual's no fun to take pictures at. So I'm waiting to see the video or I hear great things about this. I still have yet to find out about it. Let's see. Stephanie Reed says this. I know I'm looking to trade in my Apple for a Samsung Galaxy phone, but with Spectrum Mobile. And I will say, you might want to try this out. Okay, the Note, although it's so brand new, it really is. The case I have for it has a little kickstand built in. and then I just flip it. But look at the this is for a radio audience. I can't help you there, except it has 3 cameras. I don't even know what they do. So because I haven't used that portion of it, but there it is. Okay, that's 3 cameras opposed to my little 2 cameras on my iPhone device, right? Which I know that new iPhone has the 3. I don't really know what I haven't done the research. You know what? Let me do the research right now because I feel like we need some tech news in our life. Okay. Jesse, quick question. You're an Android man, right?
I use whatever is in my hand.
Okay. I'm gonna type in the top 5
Okay.
phones available now. Okay, whether it be iPhone and or Android. Which I feel the iPhone is just like one of many now, because I feel like the iPhone's kind of topped on what they can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any new innovations over there just yet. And I really don't like the mini without the mini plug that they don't have, right? So here we go. Best phone in the US for 2020. Here's the list according to techradar.com. Okay. I'm going to go to number 5 on this list, which I hate these lists. They're never done right. Here we go. Number 5, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Number 4, the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The number 3, oh, here's mine. Mine's at number 3. Why is it at number 3? Ugh, I didn't look at this. But still higher than the iPhone. Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's the phone this one is, by the way. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. The iPhone 11 is just above that. I don't have no idea why. And then the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, which is a little smaller than this one. And the only reason I got this one was because that one wasn't in the color I think I needed. And I didn't want to go with like, what was it? It was like a tan or something, like a sand. I don't know. It just wasn't my color. I wasn't feeling it. But the Galaxy Note 20 is Samsung's most expensive non-foldable phone. And the big perk of the Note is that it comes with an amazing camera. Oh, well, let's learn about this together, shall we, Jesse? You can get ready for extreme close-ups with the 5 times optical zoom and 50 times digital zoom. What? Oh, my God.
Wow.
The S Pen. It's got a pen in here. Let me open this up just for you guys to kind of see. Because I feel like you guys need to kind of see what the amazingness is on this thing, which I haven't really used. If I could take it out of this case. The case is a little problematic, but I don't want it to break. You know what? Never mind. There's an... Oh, there it is. It's right at the bottom, so it comes out. There's a little... Oh, I like this. Okay, see, I'm learning as we go. But the pen has the ability... So you can set up the camera, by the way, you know, as a selfie or whatever, or like to you. You set it up, and then you push the pen. There's a little button here on the pen that you can actually push, and it takes the picture for you from like a wireless, far away. How cool is that? Take your own pictures. Post, click, click, right? Nobody needs to know. So there you go. And I've seen a lot of women Instagrammers do this, right? And I'm like, who else is in the room? They're like, I have a Galaxy Note. Don't ask. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else in the room. The S Pen returns with new tricks like recording voice notes and syncing them with handwritten notes. I had no idea.
Cool.
It's the most powerful phone for Samsung, but more expensive than the S20 series. You get it all with the Note 20 Ultra, a stylus, a camera with a 5 times optical zoom, a faster chipset, and a 6.9-inch 120 hertz screen. Not everyone needs an everything phone like this. I do, and I got it. But I watched Netflix on it, and it looks amazing, Jesse. It looks beautiful. It's a 6.9-inch Note 20 Ultra display. It's massive, only a fraction of an inch larger than last year's 6.8-inch Note 10 Plus screen. This year's big difference is in the fluidity of the screen, which is why I watched the Netflix episode with just that device, and it looked beautiful. Let's see. The pixels look fine at 1080p on a screen of the size versus having to go back to 60 hertz. Another literally small perk. The front-facing camera punch hole is smaller than ever. I haven't really tested that feature just yet. I think now I'm going to start. It has the best camera on an Android phone, and that's in part because of the 5 times optical zoom and 50 times digital zoom. It makes 2 times optical zooms from the iPhone seem like minor cropping at the edges of one by photos. With the 5 times optical zoom and in good light, Samsung punches in with a dramatic zoom and usable photos on Instagram. We also found this phone to have the best ultra-wide camera, and the regular 12 megapixel camera is sharp. You don't need the 108 megapixel camera and should watch out for skin softening and low light. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. You see where you go? You get where I'm going with this, Jesse?
Yeah. Does the pictures tell my future?
I think it can. I think you can see into another universe. Why not? I think it's cool for looking like at like that really like somebody in the background. You could be like, which oddly enough, there's a moment in that in Old Guard, right, Jesse? Where somebody takes her picture, she's like, "Give me that phone," and then she deletes her picture because facial tracking is a thing. Ah, boy. Anyway, you guys got to go see that. If you learn anything about today's, you got to go check out that. If you have Netflix, go check out that. And then, since we're all talking about awesome, amazing women, go check out the La Femme Film Festival 2020. I'm going to repost the interviews. Go support a lot of these filmmakers. You're going to find out I'm going to make some of my top recommendations and some of the films I want to see and I think you need to see. So I'll be posting that. Please support. Go find them. La Femme Film Festival. Go check them out on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on Twitter. Go check that out. Repost, reshare, and spread the word. Spread it far and wide. We are making an international splash around the world. So we need your help to do so. Because it's expensive to pay for ads. It really is, even online. All right, people, I appreciate you. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. And if I can leave you with one last thing, let's do the right thing by our family of ladies in the house, right? Say thank you to the lady in your life. Say I appreciate you to the lady in your life. And let's keep each other safe from the big bullies and or rapists and or child molesters that are out there. Let's call it out and say, no, it's not right. I'm going to report you. Done and done. Make it a great day, everybody. All right, I'm getting comments in from you guys. This is our after show party. This is the part where I say, pull up Red Bull. That's what I'm doing to keep alive here. I know they're not paying me for the sponsorship program. Although maybe I should hit them up and be like, you know what? It takes a Red Bull to give you wings on the morning show. Let's see. Shout out to, let's see. Who do we got tuning in? All right, keep with me here. I got questions for you guys. I want to get to know you, our social media audience, all right? Let's see. Tam says this. I tried to see the broken ankle. The 2 sites listed did not show the broken ankle. It's because it's that bad. It's really bad. It's terrible. It's just, no. It just, yeah, Kelly over there on Periscope says, I don't know if morphine is enough. It's not. Here's what Casey says. It's a bad injury when they blur it out on TV. It's bad. I know some of you are okay with that. I'm always careful with the children in the room because I know some of you got the children at home. I know because I used to say stuff and somebody would be like, the little one's watching. Oh yeah, that's right. Because the kids are at home, right? And I like to keep it respectful for the young kids. Let's see. Here's Francis. I'm looking forward to the info regarding the new iPhone. Yeah, you know what? I say to the new iPhone, blah. I don't think, ever since Steve Jobs ended, and believe me, I'm an iPhone. I love iPhone. Yeah, it's hard for me to go back to Android. It is. It's taking some getting used to because it's hard to go back from Android. It's two different. I was like, how do you do screen capture on this thing? I forgot. Right? But there you go. Casey says, I love the video my Google Pixel takes. Well, that's cool. I got to check that out. Let's see. Let me throw up his comment there. And let's see. Francis says, I have the 11 Max and waiting to hear about the 12 coming out this month. That's pretty cool. Let's see. And so there you go. Whatever phone you check out, just make sure, again, it's a 2-year plan typically, right? Once you get one of these like month to month, you're in it for 2 years. So make sure you're in it to win it. So I always say spend, even if it's a monthly, and look, for me in my career, I had to go, I did get recommendations that this has a really good video and phone. And since I do so much content creation, I figured, okay, I got to invest a little bit, even though it's a little pricier than I wanted to spend, to be honest. I was ready for just free via this iPhone. I was just like, okay, I'm going to transfer it back to Verizon. And I was on AT&T. I don't like AT&T. I'm sorry. I just don't. They have so many like points, and but it's different where you live. Everybody is different. But this is, oh, by the way, this is 5G ready to go out of the box, by the way. which is also another reason I got it. They don't talk about that, but it's already boop 5G, boom, done. So like I'm ahead of the curve. So as 5G continues to roll out, I have better, faster streaming capabilities. Which, as you know, I do a lot of live streaming events. I'll probably do some more Instagram live events because of the kickstand that it has. And so that's kind of a cool feature. But there you go. So whatever you have, let me know in social media, and there you go. Let's see. Rosalie says this: 2-year commitment that lasts longer than some marriages. You know what? That's sadly true. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but it's sadly true. Let's see. Fran says, you and the hubby are the only ones that call me Francis. I'm sorry. Okay, people that don't know, I've known Francis since we were what? 3? So I just know Fran is Francis. I'm sorry, Francis, but that's your name. So there you go. She's like, don't throw my name out there. What? It's your name. I've known it ever since. It's all right. It's okay. All right. Look, I appreciate each and every one of you. In the news, let's talk about something that's in the news. I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to go all meh on everyone. I'm going to type in this one. I like world news. I really do. Let's see. No. Hurricane Delta leaves 2 dead, knocks out power for hundreds of thousands. Yikes, right? Be careful out there if you're in the neck of the woods over there. Governor quarantining after member of security detail tests positive for COVID-19. Okay, I think we've had enough of COVID-19, seriously. How many stupid folks are in the room, seriously, that don't know? Hello, it's around to stay until we can literally get rid of it. Top U.S. general pushes back at troop withdrawal announcement. Well, each to their own. Goldfinger actress Margaret Nolan dies. Aww. I've been seeing some deaths out there I just don't like to talk about. And then here it is. Dallas Cowboys quarterback suffers devastating injury. Let me see if they have the picture. I could show it now. No, they just have it wrapped up. They don't have the actual post here. No. I think it's just too graphic. Although there's some television stations which show this stuff. You ever watched like Telemundo? There are stuff they show blood on the floor, right? Stuff that English only programming actually doesn't even share. You go watch the same programming on Telemundo, you'd be like, oh my God, like they show a head decapitated on the floor. You're like, they don't even edit that stuff out, but they do for us. And I'm like, is that because, technically, the Latino in your world, evidently, if they watch Telemundo, they have a much more appreciation for death than probably the average American, right? Come on. Dia de los Muertos, right? Think about it. Day of the Dead. That's a celebration of death. Nobody else has that. I'm telling you, you got a Latino in your family or that they know. Trust me, they have a much, much more appreciation for life than the average person. So there you go. They celebrate death. They're like, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's only a continuation. Don't believe me? Go watch Coco. Great film if you haven't seen that with the family. That's a fun one to watch. I showed that to my mom. She's like, okay, that's an interesting take on it, right? So there you go. Let's see this one. You know what? Let's click on this one. Microsoft takes down massive hacking operation that could have affected the election. What? No way. Said it could have indirectly affected election infrastructure if allowed to continue. The company said Monday it took down the servers behind TrickBot, an enormous malware network that criminals were using to launch other cyber attacks, including a strain of highly potent ransomware. Ugh, don't get me started on that. People with... I should shut up. Some might be watching the show, and they might give me ransomware, and I might never be able to broadcast to you guys ever again. Microsoft said it obtained a federal court... You know what? Hackers are people, too. I don't judge. I love you, too. Just be careful what side of the world you're on. Microsoft said it obtained a federal court order to disable the IP addresses associated with TrickBot servers and worked with telecom providers around the world to stamp out the network. The action coincides with an offensive by U.S. Cyber Command to disrupt the cyber criminals, at least temporarily, according to the Washington Post. Microsoft acknowledged that the attackers are likely to adapt and seek to revive their operations eventually. But Microsoft said the company's efforts reflect a new legal approach that may help authorities fight the network going forward. TrickBot allowed hackers, get this, to sell what Microsoft said was a service to other hackers. What? Are you kidding me? Offering them the capability to inject vulnerable computers, routers, and other devices with other malware. I don't know the stupidity on so many levels, but so you're telling me Microsoft gave hackers the ability to hack even more potently because you handed the keys to the kingdom to them. Well, that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. That includes ransomware, which Microsoft and U.S. officials have warned could pose risks to websites that display election information or to third-party software vendors that provide services to election officials. Microsoft VP of Security Tom Burt wrote in a blog post. Wait, whoa. I'm just going to stop there. Isn't this the same company that Trump wanted to buy from China, TikTok? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's some irresponsibility done here. And I'm a Microsoft user through and through. But I've often said they cannot. You try getting somebody via Skype, and I'm talking about support. I had one of my Skype issues. They hacked it. And Microsoft was like, well, so sorry, you're going to have to open a brand new account. We'll credit you $10. I'm like, I want my old account back. That's why I opened it, for crying out loud. I have, like, stupidity at its finest. Microsoft VP of Security Tom Burt said this: adversaries can use ransomware to infect a computer system used to maintain voter rolls or report on election night results, seizing those systems at a prescribed hour optimized to sow chaos and distrust. Ransomware seizes control of target computers, freezes them until victims pay up. It's a lot of money, too. I've known of some companies that have done it. Though experts urge those affected by ransomware not to encourage hackers by complying with their demands. Back up your content, okay? This can happen on your iPhone, by the way. It's been known to happen. Not as much as the Android, though. I will say this. If you have an Android, be careful of what websites you visit. I remember having an Android, and it attacked my phone, and I was like, and then my phone died. And then I had to get another phone. True. So be careful out there, okay? The Treasury Department has warned that paying ransoms could violate U.S. sanctions policy. Yeah, but that doesn't stop them, does it? He added, we have now cut off key infrastructure so those operating TrickBot will no longer be able to initiate new infections or activate ransomware already dropped into computer systems. I'm not a hacker, but I know this. You can backwards engineer any program. And you basically can duplicate and or clone what you just handed them. Good job, Microsoft. Good job. Yeah, that's like putting weapons in terrorist organizations. Oh, wait, they're not terrorists just yet, but you put the weapons, you train them. Oh, wait, the U.S. did that with the Taliban, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Look it up. So, well, we couldn't control where the weapons went. Yeah, you could. You did. Whatever. Supply the enemy. Blah, blah, blah. It's a big business. I get it. Look, that's a lot of money, seriously, by the way. You don't believe me. Government makes a lot of money selling arms. They don't all create it just for themselves. They, distribute it among... Why do you think war is such a big business, by the way? Yep. Just to flex your arm. I've got bigger weapons than you. Oh, please. Yeah. And I get it. Take out the enemy. I get that. Especially if the enemy's doing a lot of bad over there. Take them out. Pfft. Rally together. Why not? I'd be the first one to sign on that deal. But not the peace-loving ones. Okay, so there's enough of that. So ransomware, it's a thing. Be careful out there. There are programs that you could download. Let me look at that, actually. Top virus ransomware programs to download for Android. Okay, we'll focus on Android because I know Android is pretty susceptible by that. Here are, according to AndroidAuthority.com, I'm only going to focus on the first top 3, okay? Because usually that means something, I think. I never go past that. Here's number 3, I believe. Ugh, their list is just terrible. Okay. Here it is, number 3, Avast Antivirus, Avira, and 360 Security, okay? I'm going to type on the very top one. 360 Security is free, by the way, or $549 per year. That's pretty good. It's not bad. I might invest in that today. 360 Security is a bit of a mixed bag. Some of its security stuff isn't half bad, and then the other half is quite bad. Wait, why is this on your top 5? Never mind, that was such a terrible sell. The app scans your apps for potential malware activity, although its find rate is a little bit higher than we're willing to believe. Facebook is bad and all, but it's not malware yet. In any case, this is a decent, super basic antivirus app that will do the scan to show you potential vulnerabilities. The app also features a bunch of phone booster and phone accelerator features. I can get behind that. We recommend not using those features at all because they don't actually work and will make your phone perform worse. You know what? Then why did you put this at number 1? I hate lists like this. Avira, free and or $11.99 per year. Avira is one of the newer antivirus apps, comparatively speaking. It grew rather quickly over the last year. The app comes with the basics, including device scans, real-time protection, external SD card scans, and a lot more. By the way, the Galaxy Note has an external cartridge, which you can up the memory in it. So it comes with the standard 128, which isn't enough for me. I'm like, my iPhone has more. I think I'm almost close to 256. Almost like I had to delete stuff just because I have that much content. And if you do a lot of video and or 4K, that's a lot of video, which I haven't shot at, but I've kind of been wanting to. Some other features include anti-theft support, privacy scanning, blacklisting, and even device admin features. It's much lighter than apps like Norton and others. It's also relatively inexpensive, and there's a free version if you need something basic. Okay, and then the third one, which I'm going to go to, because that was a much more glowing, other than their number 1 pick, which I don't get, but whatever. Avast Antivirus, which is free or $2.99 per month or $11.99 per year. Avast Mobile Security is one of the most popular antivirus apps on any platform. It boasts over 100 million downloads and tons of features. Some of the features include the classic antivirus scanning, an app lock, call blocker, anti-theft support, a photo vault, and even a firewall for rooted Android devices. That makes it an excellent tool, even if you don't need the antivirus part very often. There are also some booster features, but as usual, you should avoid those. Avast subscription prices aren't bad, comparatively speaking. The app comes with a 14-day free trial to demo the product. And that's it. That's all I'm going to share about that. By the way, some blogs, just so you know, get paid to promote certain products. Just so you know. Because when you click on the link, they make a little percentage. Sometimes. Just saying. You can't trust every blog that you read. Okay. Seriously. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's a thing. Okay. Then there's this. Now I'm going to skip that. That's boring news. You ever watch news and you're like, why am I reading this? Who cares about this? You know what? I'm going to just end there. I feel like you guys, unless you guys have a topic you want to talk about, I'm okay with that. Let's see. Fran says, that's because the majority of the American population is sheltered. It's true. It's so true. Back to the La Femme Film Festival, okay? I'm gonna throw you guys up. No, I can't. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, just follow me on social media. I'll post it a little later. The link is available for you to see. Actually, I wonder if I can. Let me try this. Let me see if I've never done it this way. There should be a way to do it. Here it is. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So check it out. I'm going to scroll back up. Okay, so this is the La Femme Film Festival, International Film Festival. Women created media for global audiences. It's a 16-year anniversary. And I'm going to bring up... let me scroll down. Okay, this is the one I was talking about, by the way. Look at this. I don't know if I could do full screen here. Hold on. Let me... where's the full screen? There's no full screen. No, there's no full screen. But just, like, look at that, right? Look how cool that is. Let me bring this up. Oh wait, I gotta keep it on it. But you could buy each one individually for $4.99, right? But hold on to that thought. How cool is that? Look how happy she is. Look at the what? And then look at this. To add some perspective, there's also an elderly generation. There you go. Some not elderly, but up in years. That are like, you know what? I'm going to do this too. Why not? Look at that. Come on. And this woman, actually, she talks about, she ends up, I think, coaching. But look at that. Come on. And she's like, look, I never knew I could get into this. It's kind of cool. And the documentary, you really got to see it for itself. Okay, so there's that one. Let me scroll down. Let me show you some ones that I really thought are a big... something I can't wait to watch. Ooh, this one right here. Made in Auschwitz, the untold story of Block 10. Which I don't know why that one's not playing. Maybe it's my server or something. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Let me scroll down. Let's see. Ooh, this one, Diving Deep. Okay, this one, for those of you that love documentaries, and especially of the ocean, Diving Deep, the life and times of Mike DeGray, which if you grew up on him, pretty interesting man, was not fearful of anything. As you can see, like in his early footage, his wife actually put this documentary together. in memory of him. And in his youthful years, I mean, he just was like adventuresome. A bit by a shark, by the way. Many people don't know that. Had a new appreciation for life. Swam and was a huge component of National Geographic. Those that know the name or know the face know this is a pretty cool feature, by the way. So you got that there. But then it even talks about how he became later in years really sad and upset with the way the world was turning, especially in the oceans, right? Because all of a sudden there are huge spills, oil spills. But look at that, the life teeming underneath our world, right? I mean, it's on our world, but we often don't even think of it that way. There it is. The impact. Oh, that made him upset. So sad, so mad, and so angry. The oil spills, right? Sometimes the things we don't want to talk about, we kind of forget about. These are the things that, you know, when we were entrusted with the earth, I'm pretty sure our grand creator was like, you know what, take care of it. But then there's a proverb that actually talks about it a little bit later. It says, he will cause ruin to those ruining the earth. Ouch, I wouldn't want to be that person, right? I'm like, when's that going to happen, right? Is that when they, like, die? Or how do you cause ruin to those currently ruining the earth? I got questions need to be answered. Okay, so there's that one. Let me scroll up. Let me see. There's, is that still working? I got to tell them that's not working. Let's see. Let's scroll up. Let's scroll up. This one looks fun. 7 Wishes, by the way. PG. That's not working. Why is it not working? Probably too many people are looking it up. This one, the new abolitionists. Again, some of our co-hosts, by the way. Big shout out to Adrusha, Apana, Martha Casera, and Paulina Michaels, and of course Ariana Sanchez. Those are the co-hosts, so you might see some of their interviews there. Oh, this is about trafficking, by the way. That's right. Which again, very big issue. Not just here in the States, but other countries as well, right? So this talks about a lot of that and how some get recovered by organizations and nonprofits that just try to do the right thing. That woman being a head of it, if you could see that on your camera there. All right, let's scroll up. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Nowhere to go. Look at this, $4.99. Okay, you can get each one just personally. Julie Pacino. Oh, I remember this one. Yes, this young girl made this feature, by the way. She's only 17, by the way. She's following on Twitter, by the way. She's already won some film festival awards. And she put this together with her own team. 17 people, 17. And that actor right there, I think I recognize him in another movie with Charlize Theron. I think that was him. Or they look the same. Or they have the same type of beard and hair. No, I think that's him. In The Old Guard. Yeah, I think that's totally him. I didn't even think to ask that. Wow. Because I didn't see the trailer prior to the interview, unfortunately. But there you go. She's 17, people. Filmmaker. Got a future. Directed by Julie Pacino. She helped put that together. 17 people. Seriously. A lot of gifted women here. Let's go. Let's see. Fall Back Down. Rated R. There's no trailer for that. Okay. Bleachers. They Salivate. Oh, this one. Very interesting conversation with this woman. Ariane Boucherche. And, yeah, they kiss, and then they salivate. She said it was hard to get them, like, to ask, hey, you're going to have to make out on camera. But I told her I'm pretty sure they signed up quite willingly for that moment in time. So there you go. All right, I don't know what this trailer includes, but it's a short. You can get it for $4.99. Or you could get the full pass. Okay, let me go to this. All right, so for those of you tuning in, they're like, wait, can I participate? It's awesome. So it starts this Thursday, okay, and there's a lot of, like, cool group chats. So you don't just have to watch the films. You get to have, like, it's almost like not being alone, but being with everybody else, right? I know a lot of you are used to that, being with me, but I get boring after a while, right? But these, you get to, like, make friends across, and a lot of them are online. You could be like, hey, I see you. Just don't stalk them. That's weird. All access pass is $49.99. You could get single tickets, right? You could get the single tickets just to watch one interactive event. That's what they are. Panel pass, if you want to get into the world of filmmaking. I know some of you already are doing that. $29.99 gets you into 6 panels. Check this out. Using your short as proof of concept to gain exposure for your future in Hollywood. This has happened multiple times, by the way. I do recommend doing it like this because you could show somebody, look, this is a little bit of what I want to do as a film. Okay. And at the end of the day, you completed something. Stevens College presents Opening the Doors in Hollywood, Building Your Team. Panel 3, pitching, writing, and creating a story that will sell what Hollywood is looking for. What does distribution look like for the indie filmmaker getting your film sold? Very important, especially in this environment of social media. Telling Women's Stories by the WGA, Women's Guild of America, by the way, Committee of Women's Writers. I'm sorry, Women's Guild of America. It's the Writers Guild of America. I'm sorry, I forget these acronyms. They're not even acronyms. Whatever they're called. I'm tired. All right, Red Bull. Sony Pictures Entertainment presents Meet the Executives Talking About Trends. La Femme International Film Fest free lobby access. Must purchase fest passes on the channel. But there you go. All of these, like, you know, participating. These are all the cool people participating, filmmakers and such. But check this out. The Film Pass. If you just want to get the Film Pass and watch all the films, that gets you $19.99. Boom, done, right? Or if you have it in your repertoire and you want to like participate in all 100 plus films, 6 seminars, Q&A screenings, you get all of that and more for $49.99. That's a great deal, by the way. For those of you that have never been to a film festival, that's a great deal. They used to charge, I think, $90, by the way, and you had to go in person, like leave your comfort of your home, but you get to meet these people in person. But there you go. So how cool is that, right? It's kind of cool. I think it's cool. Let's see. Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen. Julie Pacino made the film. Alexia only acted. Oh, got it. Got it. I apologize. Thank you, Kathleen, for breaking that down for me. Still, she did a great job, I believe. So, you know, being in it. Let's see. So there you go. I don't know what the no is about, but I'm going to throw that up there. No, I apologize. Did I say something wrong? I apologize. Did I get it wrong? Okay. Don't know. But look, there's your options right there, okay? So I'm going to post that right here, right now. Let me post the link so you guys can actually check it out. Go get your tickets. I know I'm going to get mine. No truth to the rumor. They don't comp me. Although maybe I should ask. But that's okay. I like to support filmmakers doing their thing. So here it is. There's the link coming at you. Fast and Furious. If you're on Periscope, go to my Facebook channel because it doesn't allow for clicks there. Sia.live. Really cool feature right there. Speaking of Sia.live, I'm going to go just to Sia because they have other stuff too. See this? Watch together. Do more than just watch. Be part of the show. Interact with friends and stars. I love this capability. And, of course, La Femme's here. Bird Dog Nation. This one's an interesting one for those of you activists out there. Let's see. The World Without You. These are all some of the films right here. You can see it right here. Comedy show, that's going to happen too. Online, if you like comedy. That's pretty cool. Let me load some of these. A la Cachu. Code of Practice. There's some. Here's the panels individually. Red. I enjoyed that interview. Why not yellow? Why not green? Because red is important. Wild Horses. Flip the Switch. Forces that destroy also create. I actually want to see this one. This one looks good. Angel. Titus and Mirabella. Daytime. Jersey. 86 Melrose Avenue. Come on, look at that. That looks like a cool poster. The Girl Who Wore Freedom, The New Abolitionist. We just saw the trailers of that. Mommy's Girl, Gathering Together. Ali's Comeback. Ernie and Joe, Independent Cinema Showcase. Have a situation going on there. Skating Lesson. Chaplin, Where the Heart Is. Let's see. The Los Angeles Diversity Film Festival. Look at this. This isn't part of the La Femme Film Festival, by the way. These are other film festivals doing their thing. But The Naked Gun, right? You could, like, participate with these people. Look at this. Grease. Yeah, I don't know. Demi. Actually, that guy rings a bell. Some of these are the filmmakers. Some of these are just, you know, hosting the thing. So talk to me about a film you want us to host. Maybe we can. Look at this. Coming to America. You can watch with your friends. Vin Diesel, Return of Alexander Cage. Some of these are the writers and creative teams behind these programs, by the way. Just so you know. They had one, though, with which I kind of wish I had seen. Oh, look at this. The Hunt for Red October. It was starring Alec Baldwin. Did you guys see that? Yeah. So they have some regular films that they kind of bring back. But you get to do this. You get to participate with so many people online. So you don't have to feel alone. If you're alone tuning in, I say, why be alone when you got stuff like this? You could be together with everybody else, right? Invite your friends. Invite your family. Invite your friends that you meet online. Wayne's World, yeah, that sounds cool. I'm trying to look for the one with look at this, Tommy Boy movie party, right? These are all past ones, of course, back in the day. But there you go, okay? So they got a lot of big films, too. So go check them out. Add them to your favorites. Let them know we sent you over there. And there you go. You know, I'm going to start. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Very, very simple. You send in your information, put in your info. And this is the situation with it. You can watch a video. You have the filmmakers right here. Or maybe you're the filmmaker, right? And you want to like release it that way. That's one way to do it. It's called marketing, though. You still got to market it. You can't expect them just to put it up and then promote it for you. You just can't. You got to market it yourself. So you got to figure that out. You got to know the amount of money to be able to do that. But there you go. All right. So pretty cool features, and something that I think a lot of us need to start becoming comfortable with, because I feel this is our new temporary, not forever, temporary new norm. Okay, so there's technologies coming out like that fast and furiously. I think Hulu has one like that they just started as well. I kind of am like, yeah, you guys just copy these guys, but whatever. Each to their own. Whoever does it best at the end of the day does it well. It's a thing. All right, people, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm done with this show. Thank you for making it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Bye-bye, everybody.